Most wavy hair advice tells you to avoid heat styling completely. But if after hours of air drying, your hair is still damp, a bit frizzy, and you're feeling fed up, it might be time to try a different approach. And that's why in this video, I want to share with you why I think blow drying might actually be the answer to some of your best wavy hair days. I thought we'd talk about techniques and products that make the biggest difference, and of course, how to keep your hair as healthy as possible while heat styling. This winter, I decided enough was enough, no more endless air drying for me, and I was going to learn how to properly blow dry my hair. And although I definitely still consider myself much closer to novice than professional stylist, what I have realised is a blow dry can actually solve some of the biggest frustrations of wavy hair. The results of a blow dry simply last so much longer. The shape, style and finish will last me until I next need to wash my hair, which on average for me is 4 days. That is a long-lasting routine. The second big difference is frizz control. Because you're using tension on the hair and directing the airflow, you're able to smooth that cuticle. And of course, wavy hair naturally tends to have more lifted cuticles, which means that they're not quite as aligned or uniform as, say, straight hair. But with a blow dry, you can seal and smooth them and create a much sleeker finish. Another thing that I really like about blow drying is the flexibility of finish. Depending on the technique you use, how many sections, the size of brush, you can really create loads of different looks. So you could go for like tighter waves or for a really big bouncy blowout. And finally, if you have fine hair, low density hair or thinning hair, I honestly think that a blow dry can really create the illusion of much thicker, fuller hair. Let's chat about the things that make the biggest difference: brushes, techniques and products. So first quick tip is don't let your hair dry out. If you are already noticing frizz before you've got to blow drying, it's going to be so much harder to get a smooth, sleek finish. A continuous spray bottle filled with water is always a handy tool to have. You can just dampen down your hair again and then get rid of that frizz before you start to blow dry. Tip number 2, rough dry first. This is a really simple one, but it just saves you so much time and energy. If you try to go straight in with a hairdryer and a round brush, you are going to be there for hours and your biceps are going to be burning.
Oh, it's a deep burn!
What makes the biggest difference in a blow dry, I think, has to be the brush. A good round brush is easy to use and control while still creating a really good tension on the hair. After trying out a few options, I found 2 that I really like. Firstly, this one from Aimike. This is their boar bristle round brush, and they kindly gifted me this, and now having used it, I can see why the reviews online are so positive. It has a mix of boar bristles, which are designed to help with shine, and I definitely think that it did leave my hair so nice and shiny. And then nylon bristles, which help with grip. And that is definitely something that really makes a big difference, especially when you're first learning the technique. I found that this brush was just really easy to use. The handle's got a nice cushioning, so it was comfy to hold on to. And what's really great is just how well it would hold onto my hair, even when I was using my hairdryer on the fastest speed setting. I also love the bounce and the finish. It really creates a very lovely, smooth, sleek finish. And this large size gives more body and lift at the root. Overall, it's just a really good brush at a really good price point. The second one I really love is this one from Olivia Garden. This one probably did have a little bit more of a learning curve because I did find it a bit more difficult to keep my hair on the brush. But I do love how sleek and shiny it leaves my hair. It's really well made, it's comfortable in your hand, and I particularly like the added feature of a sectioning tool on the other end. Particularly when you're crap at sectioning like me, that is a really little handy extra. The brush is definitely a vital part of getting a good blow dry result. But of course, the products that you use to prep and finish your hair also do have a massive impact. Honestly, I think this starts in the shower. So depending on the end result that I'm looking to achieve, I will pick different shampoos and conditioners. Say I wanted something smooth and sleek, I'd probably opt for Pureology Hydrate range or Redken All Soft. If, however, I wanted a big bouncy blowout, I'd probably go for something like Osmo's Volume Shampoo and Conditioner. The first product I'm going to apply out of the shower is a leave-in conditioner. Hydration is so important for wavy hair, and if you're doing a bouncy blow dry, I want that conditioner to also be a heat protectant. If you want volume and fullness, I'd add something like one of my all-time favourites, K18's Astro Lift. That's going to give the feeling and look of thicker, fuller hair. However, I am actually testing a couple of other volume-based products at the moment, so if you want to hear more about those and you're not already subscribed to my channel, you can hit subscribe, hit the bell button, and then you'll get notified when new videos become available. And if you want to be really lovely, you'll hit the thumbs up button while you're there. Thank you. If you're not a fan of volume sprays, you could definitely try a foam or a mousse. That will give you some lovely lift at the root and also a little bit more hold through the rest of your hair. If, however, you're going for more smooth, sleek and shiny finish, I would probably look to add an oil or a serum after my leave-in conditioner. That will just help really smooth and seal those cuticles. Tip number 5, tension is really important. To get that smooth finish, you need tension. When you're first learning, I would say ignore the hairdryer to begin with and just pick up the brush. Make sure that you've got that in the right place in the section of your hair. So you want to start by placing the brush behind your hair at the root. Once in place and the section's wrapped around the brush, then you're ready to pick up your hairdryer. That way I just found it wasn't overwhelming, feeling like I didn't have enough hands. You've got the brush in place and now you can just focus on drying. I find it's best to focus on drying the roots first and then the midsection, and because my ends are naturally drier, like most people's will be because it's the oldest part of your hair, you only really need to take the brush through once or twice. It definitely takes practice, or it did for me, but honestly, just how long the results last is worth it for me. Tip number 6 is a really simple one you've probably heard before. Finish with a cool shot. Heat styling temporarily breaks the hydrogen bonds in your hair. This allows you to create that smooth and sleek finish. If you then switch over to the cool shot on your hairdryer, you're going to help set this into the new shape. I also tend to try and leave my hair alone, I'm not always perfect at it, for at least 10 minutes, usually while I go and do my makeup, so that everything can just settle and set. Finally, some beginner-friendly alternative options. If you are really struggling and finding it all overwhelming and like you need 2 extra hands, try one of these 2 methods instead. Firstly, just focus on the face frame. So perhaps clip the rest of your hair back and just use your round brush and hairdryer to style the front pieces of your hair. You can just practice on the front piece to get familiar with the brush and the technique, but do always make sure to add heat protection because of course this is already an area that generally tends to be on the more fragile side. Or another alternative is to use a thermal brush. This can be a really good way to learn the basics of tension and twisting techniques without needing to hold on to both the hairdryer and a brush. I'll link my thermal brush routine here in case that would be helpful for you. Thank you as always for watching. Have a lovely day. Take care. Bye.